What is up, folks? NYK31 here, playing the heck out of this game, boy. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about a couple of things: pass rush and coverage leverage, and using individual coverage audibles to shade your coverage and whatnot. But let's get started with this clip. I'm on all Madden, playing against the Giants. And one of my pet peeves in the past with defensive linemen is their lack of explosiveness off the line of scrimmage and their lack of fight when they meet resistance other than instant win. And if they can't get the instant win, they tend to come off their block, if they're any good, when a guy gets flushed out of the pocket or play patty cake. You don't see too much of a fight, or you haven't seen too much of a fight in the past. From what I've seen so far and what I've seen in this clip, it's much, much better. As you can see on the right hand side, I have Madden, my best speed rusher. He's a pass rush specialist. 84 speed, 94 acceleration, 94 finesse move, going up against Deal, the right tackle of the Giants, who's not a very good pass protector. He's more of a bulldozing, run-blocking right tackle. And Calvin Pace with an 83 power moves going up against a left tackle whose name escapes me. You'll see their ratings in another clip. And he doesn't quite get there, but he fights. He tries. Madden comes off the line, meets resistance, keeps fighting, and finally his superior ability pays off. And I have good blanket coverage behind it. Anytime you can get a coverage sack on a friggin' all Madden against a good quarterback, you know you've got the right defense called. You see my defensive tackle get pushed to the ground but keep on fighting. That's a marked improvement from what we've seen in the past. A lot better effort and get off, and the continuation of the struggle when they meet resistance, and the better pass rusher eventually got home. Alrighty, David Deal's about to get slapped around again. This is man 2. Revis jams on Nixon. He actually gets beat on the jam, but he's not going to have time to have that be a problem. Kyle Wilson, press cover specialist, on the slot. Individual coverage leverage. I have Cromartie shaded to the receiver's right, so he takes a step to the inside, and the reason why I do that is because I have safety help over the top, so I want to cut off any inside route and hopefully force him toward the safety. Now Calvin Pace is fighting on the left at the defensive end, and here's Aaron Maben against Deal, beats him clean with a swim move. And Eli goes down. Jets Giants again, man under. I have Revis pressed to the right. And I'm bracketing manually there, you see me. Inside leverage. I have coverage audibled to the inside, the receiver's right. Deny the inside, I have safety help over the top. Same thing with Cromartie. Deny the inside, because I have that safety over the top. Maben crushes Deal again. Deal just cannot handle him, and the reason why it's happening is not because of any bad pass blocking. It's because he's not good enough, which you'll see in a bit. You see the coverage there. You see Calvin Pace. He's got a more even matchup. You see the all Madden difficulty level. The Giants' left tackle, Will Beatty. You'll see his pass block strength and pass block footwork ratings. Pass block strength counters power rushers. Pass block footwork counters finesse rushers. 83 and 88. I think the screen's a little bit blurry. The screen that is in the Vegas movie studio software is not the clearest in the world, so it might be off by a digit or two. And he's going up against Calvin Pace, who's got an 82 power move, so those two should be having a good tussle, a good even tussle. David Deal. You see his run blocking is pretty good. Pass blocking strength and pass blocking footwork are pretty mediocre. And he just does not match up with Maben. When you put Maben down on the defensive line and put him at defensive end, he's a mid-80s overall with good speed and high acceleration in the 90s. He's weak against the run, but as far as a pure pass rusher, he's very, very good. 94 finesse move. That's why Deal's getting his butt kicked. And I'm only showing this because there's something that feels good about seeing Tom Brady being picked up off the ground and slammed into the turf. This made me happy. Maben just treats Brady like a little boy. Just drives him right into the ground. Some good and bad here. Same coverage, man cover 2. I use the edge rush defensive line audible. I have Kyle Wilson assigned to play press coverage. I have Revis assigned to leverage to the receiver's left, denying the inside, and he does just that. Cromartie doesn't do as good of a job here. Cruz kind of gets back inside on him, but I'm bracketing him here, and Cromartie is just trying as best he can to stay with him, looking at him. It's proper man coverage technique, even though he didn't hold his position. That'll happen sometimes. You know, the better the player, the better or more consistent he'll be able to hold his ground. And Brian Thomas is there to close on the check down. The ugly part are those two linemen blocking air. That's got to be cleaned up. Have them do something. Have them give help on the defensive tackles. Something. It's just an eyesore. It's just very sloppy looking. And Calvin Pace is doing some good work here. If you recall the matchup, these two are pretty even, and it shows. They're fighting each other pretty good in all the clips. But Pace keeps on fighting, tries to spin, keeps on trying to bend the pocket. DeVito gets through, misses the tackle, but Pace is there to clean up. Again, he kept on trying, kept on working. No pitter-patter. I'd love to see that ball come out. There's no way he should have been able to hang on to that ball. But you saw, again, more of a struggle, more of an effort by the linemen to get through there and get off their blocks. Wes Welker, you are a castaway on Revis Island. Consider yourself Tom Hanks. Go find yourself a coconut to paint a face on and make a best friend with, because you're going to be in for a lonely time. Good physical jam. Maintaining contact, turns his head when the receiver turns his head. Play on the football, everything but the pick. One thing someone brought to my attention about NCAA, and it holds true in this game too, the corners on, or the DBs on the left-hand side, when you play press coverage, they don't do a jam animation. And I noticed it in this one also. I had a PM exchange and someone messaged me and said that they heard it was a PS3 issue. I don't know if that's true or not. If any of you guys out there in Xbox world notice the same thing, and if any of you Game Changer dudes are out there, perhaps you guys can let the powers that be know that that's something that needs to be patched if it's consistent across all of the consoles, or even if it's just a PS3 problem, it has to be patched in that as well. You know I'm going to have some cover 2 sync. You know I'm going to have cover 2 sync. I started out in a nickel and I audible to 4-3 cover 2 sync. I like it because I like the 4-3 cover 2 sync because I like the twist stunt that they have on one side and the base stunt they have on the other. You see David Harris doing his thing, holding down that deep middle, blue zoned. Good obstruction there by the slot. Revis does his thing, carries that receiver. Jeremiah Bell. There I am controlling Landry. And a mixed bag of tricks here. I understand what they're trying to depict here. When you see Maben on the right, you see the twist stunt here between Copels and Maben. The right guard is drawn to Copels, and Maben is able to shoot through there. You see the center, he was focused on the other defensive tackle, and Maben's just too fast. They're not going to be able to recover. Look at it again. Again, I understand what they're trying to depict. I just wish it would look a little bit cleaner. Like maybe have that right guard and the center start out double teaming those two linemen, only to realize, oh crap, there's a twist stunt coming on, but they're too late to recognize it. You see that, you see that it's possible based on how they move. It just needs to be more fleshed out. Cover 1. This time I want an individual audible to DBs to maintain outside leverage, use a sideline as their friend, and funnel receivers inside to the help in the middle. Now if you're playing a user and you're doing this, you want to mix it up, because a smart user will recognize your pattern and exploit it. So sometimes play it straight, sometimes shade inside, sometimes shade outside, and based on tendency, do what you need to do. You see the slot. Well, here's Revis. Again, he's on the outside hip of the receiver. You saw the slot in position to cut off the out route because he was on the outside hip. Again, there's the first down marker. So you can see the distance situation. This was a 3rd and long. The corner, the slot corner, again, is on the outside hip, maintaining outside leverage. Cromartie. Same deal, and I'm lurking in the middle with Landry, looking to see who's going to be getting beat to the inside. That's where I want to give my help to. And I see it, I see this, but I get kind of caught in between because I see the slot receiver too breaking inside. So I'm a little bit too far away. And Mr. Brady finds it. And I make a beeline towards Welker, and the game's going to try to cheat me here. I hit him with the hard-hitting Landry, head on, kiss him right in the mouth, and bounce off of him. All Madden at its finest. Luckily, Cromartie is there to wrap him up and stop him and deny the first down. Get off the field, you cheating all Madden sons of whores, and kick the field goal. All Madden, baby. Last but not least, cover 3. Now remember, well, let's look at what's going on. You see the robber coverage coming down. You see the slot corner. Jam and funnel the receiver inside to the help. Same thing here. Jam, redirect toward the linebacker. Now the danger here is obviously if one of those receivers break deep. That's going to cause some stress. I'm lurking in the middle of the field with a free safety. Now remember how I was talking about how as a user, your awareness and your ability is better than the computer. I recognize the route combo, so I'm able to cut it off. And here's Cromartie back toward the sideline, protecting the sideline, looking back at the ball, or the quarterback rather, maintaining his leverage. Revis the same thing. And the read and react doesn't work perfectly. I'd say it's better than NCAA, and here's me. I eat that up. If that's AI Landry and the 71 zone coverage, that's probably open because I can tell that's where Brady wants to go with the ball because he's holding it. The pass protection this time holds up. You see the lineman blocking air. They got to fix that. It just looks sloppy. And the only place Brady can go with the football is this time Maven is getting handled. You're not going to win all the time if the guy's getting paid to. But the only throw Brady can make is that throw short of the end zone on 3rd down. So that is pretty much that as far as breaking down pass rush and coverage. Now hopefully I can put the game down long enough to spit out some NCAA online dynasty games. I've had some really classic games that I have to get out. Really good games. But this game has just been so hard to put down. It's so hard to go back to a game without the physics effects combined with what we already have. So I'll try. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Talk to y'all later, and I'll soon get started on some offense. So be on the lookout for that. Peace.